Bird Lake.
Yeah. Well, that little point that we live on there, that Echo Point, it's always full of birds. It's just noisy in the morning.
When we'd go on immersion and them camps toward Ely and that tower that way, we could hear Mong early in the morning making noise, and that was a good. I just used to just early in the morning lay there and listen to them Mong.
Yeah, and I guess I've noticed a few of those too that are up in that area. I know Tony usually has a sharp ear that he listens to that, and plus he's outside a lot too, so he hears them and he also comments about that. Last night, did you hear that Anishinaabe?
Go in.
Oh, yeah. There's some big thunders that came through last night.
Go in. Gonna bunch nagi chinne ba.
Yeah.
Probably was sleeping hard. Chinne ba.
Yeah, and actually, I did pretty well with my sleep too. I went over and I, how would you say, like a sweat? Not really a sweat. We're in the sauna. No.
Oh, that would be just like a sweat lodge.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't remember how you say sweat lodge.
Let me see if I can find it.
Moon dust.
No, we don't have that in our files. That's crazy. Back up here. No,
I can't remember. I always heard sweat lodge all the time.
I'll look it up online. But anyhow, welcome to the Karen Drift Anishinaabe Moen language show. And what we do here is we discuss anything that's come up. You know, it's just kind of a topic of the day usually. And I know Auntie's read a good book last night, and she was just telling me about it when she came in, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that more than likely. Usually we start off with our introductions, and I'll do my best. I don't have my cheat sheet with me, but aho bonjour Anishinaabe bonjour asabi kane zage iganing muskubanes indigenous Onanami Zagaigan Indun Jaba. Yeah, I said that wrong before, huh? What did I say? Mashkubanes. Oh no, I did it right.
Yeah,
Indigenous cause. Yeah, okay. Let's get a little confused on those. And then Nanamidina Ashi Nanan Nibaboon Nigiz. Okay, all right, yep. I know there's like Auntie Al says, there's multiple ways to say things, you know. So however you come about in the language, you know, just say it, you know.
Yeah,
and
right.
Usually people will understand, or at least will make out.
Ask somebody what is your name, you say Anishinaabe. What's your name? You know, Anishinaabe.
No, so there you go. You just want to know somebody. Anishinaabe. And let me see. What did I forget? I'm not sure if I forgot anything. Oh yeah, Migizi and Dundam. And my clan is the Eagle Clan. Ginitam?
Yeah. Uju Minokisheb Kina Kanuki Waduma Nukumis Indigenous Sabikone Zagi Igane and Dun Chiba Adik Nedudem Nishwaswe Ashe Nishwaswe Nebi Bunigis Migo Pane Niki Kito Nish go away Gi Ogi Wina Nin I got 2 names. And I could tell I'm getting old because I talk with my eyes closed.
Well, that's really good, though. I mean, that helps,
Yeah, I noticed I'm always doing that. Even when I'm talking to my kids, are you asleep? Gina, neba, they say. No, I feel better talking with my eyes closed. So you're getting old when you do that.
Yeah. Well, I remember Uncle Jig telling me about his language and how we moved all over the country doing different work. That's what he would say when he was welding. He said he would remember in his mind that somebody was talking to him, and he would respond in his language. But he said he would respond when he was a welder, and he would flip his visor down. When they do that, and all that bright light comes from that, so they protect themselves, their eyes. And so that was one of the things that he said he did a lot, was he pulled his helmet down, and he would talk in the language like he was having a conversation with somebody. And that's what I always thought about, that, what I mean? It was kind of dark in there, and then he could sit there and see what was going on, but at the same time he would be talking. He'd be thinking in his head what he was saying, and then a lot of times he was actually speaking when he was in there. And he said a lot of times his coworkers would say, "Are you okay? Who are you talking to?"
That's what I did after Lester Ginebo. Get Pana in my bedroom, I'd say. Then the kids would say, "Who are you talking to?" I'd say, Miss, I'd say, "Your grandpa." I'd say, "Shkuzen." I'd say, "Gida Nishkan, Gida Shetun Makadem Shkiki Wabu." Then I'd say, "Oh, Nigi Nibakade," I'd say. Nigi Giza Sakwe. Wegunesh Gi Awa Kamijien, I'd tell him. Then I'd say, "Oh, Wawan Minawa. Wawan Minawa Gikanapse Kukush. Magisha Pinin," maybe potatoes. I just talk. So I told them, "Kids, don't mind me now. Don't send me to Moose Lake."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it actually is more comforting, I think, when you're trying to remember certain things. So hold on a second. I'm going to take this call.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of topic do you have today?
Okay, I wrote it down today. I got I gotta put my skijigushan on because I
skijigusan is your glasses.
Okay.
I couldn't find mine this morning.
Okay, Bijinago. Yesterday, Bijinago, I went to the veterans. I wrote on the...
Oh yeah, the veterans dinner?
Yeah, there was like 6 of us ladies on there. And there was 3 of us that could speak the language that were riding the bus. And we were all speaking it with each other, laughing, and they would, what are you laughing at, and then we tell them in English what we said, and we had to holler because we're all hard of hearing. We had to be-boggin, that means holler.
Be-boggin?
Be-boggin, yeah, we had to holler. And then, we just had a nice time riding down to Onamanizagiigan. We went to the Atadiwigamik Casino. That's where they had it, Atadiwigamik. And anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. And we sat together at the table, those three that can speak the language. And we were talking all the way through when there was two women, well, they're band members, but they sat with us, and you know, they probably didn't know what we were saying, or you know. But I tried using my language to other people, other in Anishinaabe, but they all say, what did you say? And I tell them what I said, so I just quit.
So you could, actually they could respond, and how would they respond, just to let you know that
Like,
they don't speak or whatever?
I asked that one boy, I said, Wenen Gin. That means, who are you?
Oh, okay.
Wenen Gin. He said, oh, what does that mean? I said, oh, who are you? Then he told me who he was, because I didn't know him. Then I see another young guy there. I said, oh, Nigi Nia Nishunia. I lost my money, I said. I come from the casino. Oh, I said, he didn't know what I said there for a while. I said, oh, I lost my money. Then I seen Travis there's by the door, and I said, I said, Gnia Nishunia. He must have knew Junia, because he said, oh, money? I said, yeah. So, them people out there must know a few little words, you know, that we say. Anyway,
so, Guinea is lost.
Lose.
Lost
or lose.
Okay, Guinea is lost.
So, I lost my money.
Welcome to the Gunia, Junia, Wakaigan.
Yeah, money house, yeah. Junia. That's the big Juniagamik. Then that was it with the language. We talked all the way back and laughed, and when we got off, they let me off first. And we laughed again because we were saying crazy things when I was going off the bus. But I was thinking of Bawachige. Migo Pananagi Bawachige. I'm always dreaming. Every night I Nagi Bawachige. And I wonder if anybody else does that. They, like, maybe it's just the old people. They dream they're never riding in a car, they're always walking. That's the way I am. I dream I'm walking all the time, and I'm walking alone. Me had to go in and be mose. Me had to go in, me only people be mose. I'm walking. And another thing we're talking about is waking up early. No, geeks kuzen me win the boy neck. I woke up 4 o'clock every morning. And geeks kuzen me win the boy neck. And there's a lot of things we talked about getting up early. Plus, we all couldn't, most of us couldn't hear. There was 2 younger kids riding in. But, yeah, I tried using my language to other people, and they would say, what does that mean? I'd tell them. In Begish, that's what I told them ladies last night. There's only 3 of us. We had to go. Miss Sweeya go be Anishinaabe Moen. There was just 3 of us talking Indian. That's the only time us old ladies get together is when we ride on the shuttle. I wish we could do that, you know, during the week. And just, you know, I like that. Good talk with them. You know, it's Rosaline and Celia and Mary and me. And
Neen
is me. Me had to go in and he boozing away Daban. I only got on the car. But I said at Vegas, I wish we could get together. The only place we get together is when we're going on a ride in a shuttle. That's sad. Mom and
Well, in the past, there were more gatherings, right? More reasons that everybody would kind of come together, community-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But never just the elder group. They would when they had what did you call that? Remember the elderly? We all the elders would meet together. At Tower. We go to Tower, meet there. Then the next month we go to come here to meet the elder council.
Yeah, I think that's important too. I didn't even think about it till now, but a lot of us that are how did you say that? Abinuji Gichiaya? Young elders or baby elders?
Yeah. Abinuji or Abinuji Chiaya.
Yeah.
Baby elders.
Baby elders. So, well, I guess I'm kind of accepting it now. That that I'm 55. Nana Midana. Yep. And so, but it's kind of a hard. I don't know. Some people have a hard time, admitting that they're 55. But I want to encourage everybody, and I just thought of it too. It didn't even occur to me that a lot of these activities we should try to recruit these younger elders, like my age, to come in and join with you guys.
Yeah,
that would be really good.
The only time the only ones I get to talk my language to is Brian now, little Brian, because he brings my Wisanewen. He brings my food to me, and I say something to him in Indian every time he comes. Like I'll say, "Oh, Sina, Gayabi Sina," I'll tell him. And this morning I was going to tell him, "Give me one noongum. It's raining today." I just say thing, or I'll say Gigawabaman Minawa, or I'll tell him Minogi Shagat Noongum, I'll tell him, and just little words to him. And he's starting to say them back, like he says Gigawabaman.
Yeah, so you can say Gigawabaman Wabung?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minawa Wabung again tomorrow. And before he wouldn't talk back. Now he's using his language.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah.
And that's what I said, Brian.
And I want to encourage everybody out there, to start using your language. Don't be afraid. Not for anything other than learning and being around it, and hopefully we get enough activity and bravery, for everybody just to start learning and teaching one another.
Yeah, that's what I told them each time. I would say, "What does that mean?" I'd say, "Gikino amadis, teach yourself." Gikino amadis.
Yep. And there's plenty of other resources that are out there. Okay, so one of the ones is that I depend on a lot is the online Ojibwe Moen dictionary. They're calling it a dictionary online at the University of Minnesota. And how I get to it is I just type in, get your phones ready here. I'm going to give you the web address for that. And maybe, let me see, I'll just bring it up on my monitor in front of me. But I just want you to know of some of these tools, And there's also individuals that you can reach out with. And of course, the Sema is a big part of that, when you're asking for knowledge. And that's one of the things that we do as a practice of our culture, and that's just the way. That's just what we do. Let's put it that way. I don't want to call it culture. It's just who we are. Let's see, Ojibwe language, Ojibwe dictionary. There it is. It's called the Ojibwe People's Dictionary. This is a tremendous resource. It'll even give you different pronunciations So we were just going over some words early this morning. Our what do you call him? Development manager Dale Luganville. He's taken a real strong interest in this, and it's really encouraging that he asks a lot of questions, and so that's very important. That's how you approach. Of course, you approach. I know I'm hard to ask for help. I'm not ask help of me, but for me to ask anybody for help is very difficult. And you just got to kind of get past that, and then either that or put yourself in situations where you're picking up this language, like on the show. So tune in, and we're going to continue to do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays as a resource. There's also a library that we're developing here at the station, and community members are more than welcome to come in, and peruse the library. I mean, there's a lot of different subjects that are there when it comes to language. So there's a lot of the historical stuff that we got, a lot of stuff that you can come up and peruse there. Hey, and there's also the language app that was developed about 5 years ago. That's still out there on Google Play and the App Store on your Apple device. So if you got a phone, you can go to your App Store and then just type in Boisforte, Boisforte, and it's more like just a list of words and pronunciations. So similar to what we do with Word of the Day. And if you tune into KBFT all through the day, Marty kind of puts these tidbits of information out there. And there's, Auntie and Mizanobi Tongue and I'm trying to remember Donald's Indian name. I can't think of it.
Like a wolf.
Yeah, it's like wolves howling all around you. And I'll think of it. But anyhow, see, and that's the whole point of this, is you have these resources that are out there. When something's just on the tip of your tongue, you can just type those into these little search databases, and boom, there you got it. And it helps. I know, when I look things up, it just takes me looking it up a few times, and then all of a sudden it just kind of sticks in your brain, and you can pick these up, And then once you start understanding the pronunciation, that's the thing that I'm realizing now, is that once you get the pronunciation and the cadence, like there's a rhythm, and just like anybody else, how they talk the language. There's some, I think even on KAXE down in Grand Rapids, they have somebody on staff there that talks the language, or they provides them with a short weather report or something of news interest. So he gets on there and he talks, but he's got this kind of bouncy, way that he talks in the language, and it's just his style. And then I remember Walt Caribou, old man, he would talk really fast, and he would talk really loud, and just, it's like he was saying something, you know what I mean? But and so you kind of pick up on that, and I think just because that was his first language and his primary language, and he was he passed maybe 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, and I think he was so close to the language, that he could do that. And anybody else that was around him, that grew up with him, I would probably say that they would be able to follow along, But he spoke so fast that, with the little vocabulary that I had when I knew him as a little boy, that's all it sounded to me like he was conducting an auction, like 10, 20, 30, 40,
Walter Jr. was just like him. Fast.
Yeah. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. And I would probably say that's also like where you grew up, maybe?
Yeah, that was his dad.
Yeah. Yep. And how your family talked. But I'm starting to notice, like with you, and like where you were in there talking with Dale about breaking down the language and then looking at the different parts of the word in the language. I don't know if I'm making sense. If I'm not mixed. I'm trying not to mix the English in the Anishinaabe Moen, when we talk about pronunciation, because there's little. I mean, you corrected us when we were trying to talk and say the word for bravery. Yeah. So we said it just trying to learn it, and then you helped pronounce it, and it was like night and day. I mean, and that's nice to hear. And like I said, the point I'm trying to make is that when you start knowing who you're talking with, then you can kind of follow the rest of the words that they're saying, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because there's syllables in there and little pauses, and and you break it down into little syllable groups. And so we might say a 5-syllable word straight out, but there's little pauses in there or inflections, or and a lot of that, sadly, I don't see any representation, but there might be a way that, and we don't know about. I mean, I've never learned it. It's called syllabics, and they teach that, or at least they use that up in Canada. So they have like little triangles, little wiggly lines, and circles with different type of lines in it, and they represent a sound. So
they try to teach us that when we went to Lakehead University.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like them at all.
Yep.
I didn't like them there.
And they publish whole like newspapers, based on that, the written syllables, or at least the symbols for the syllable. That I hope I'm making sense out there. But there's all these tools that are available out there, and you just have to do a Google search. And it's kind of sad that I have to Google everything, but that's how you learn,
And you have to do it every day in order to learn it. I talk the language to all my kids. Like when Pete calls me from Bemidji, I talk Indian to him. Brent will call me. He'll say, Wagonan, what? I'll say, going Gego me at the Gunagina Mataboma. And he was wobbing down Missinate Sejigan, I told him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just sitting here watching TV, I'll tell him.
Right.
And then I called his little boy Zizabakadoos, that's Candy. And he knows now. He knows that Zizabakadoos is going to be sticking in his little head forever.
Yep.
Like I talk to Fair when she comes in, I'll say, Gisanado, Gujing. Oh, yeah, she'll say, really cold. I said, well, talk back to me in Anishinaabe Moen. And even she's scared.
Yeah.
But Anthony, I'll talk to him and he'll answer sometime. Like, I'll say, Shkuzin, Gibakadena. I'll say, Gigiwisen. He'll say, shake his head, no, Colleen. I said, well, do you, like, up at the center, up at this office up there, do you let books go out, sign out books?
Yeah, as long as they sign them out and we know where they're going, and then we can follow up, and if there's it's needed by somebody else, and we can get in touch with that person to get it back, kind of like a library. But we're going on, what do you call it? How do you say honesty again? Debwe, yeah. So,
or the truth.
Debwe, we win. Or isn't that just a way to kind of make it a noun?
Yeah.
Just so English people that have English concepts can know what we're talking about. Debwe, we win, or Niwi. I remember that old that big powwow they used to have. You remember that old Nimi win?
Yeah.
Yeah, that old thing. And I mean, it was a big deal, but I was like, Nimi win. I know it means dance, but where does Nimi win come from? And that was basically like something.
Like powwow, nimi iding.
Yep.
Nimi iding is a powwow.
That's what you would figure they would have named it, Nimi Iding. I don't know if that was just too much for them to understand, but, Dale here, since he's learning it, and he's studied some other languages, like he talks about the Chinese language quite a bit. But that's what he says. It's like, well, isn't it just easier for me to say love than to say Zagi Idawin, And I'm like, well, no. I said, there's all these concepts that kind of go in with the word itself. I said, see this little syllable here, or anything like Debwe Win. That day is the heart. So anytime you see that DE or DA in there, that's day, that is speaking from, or anything that has to do with the heart.
Yeah.
And so that's a good clue, that it means something to us humans as humans, and how we relate to one another through our hearts. And that's one of the things I think that's missing is those concepts, the explanation behind it, because maybe that's what they talk about, huh? I mean, I've always heard that the more you grow in your spirituality, the more the language will reveal itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I wrote on Facebook this morning, I put Gispin Gidabi Iwe Guji. If you're driving someplace, Gispin Udabi Iwe Guji. Weweni Dabi Iwe Ujasha Mi Kanang. If you go any place, drive safe. The roads are slippery. And I put mekum on there, ice. Mekum. That's how you say ice. But the reason I was asking about
the books
was there's a good book here. I started reading it and I couldn't put it down. I was up till 3:30 reading a book one morning, and it says Chosa emerges a new lyric voice in Native American writing, authentic and engaging. This is worth your time, Antoine Troyer. It says Leo Chosa's work invites the reader to open a door to Anishinaabe life in the North Woods. Beautifully told, the story invokes the experience of hearing narratives shared by elders of long ago. Linda Grover. An accomplished Native American storyteller, Leo Chosa narrates a small part of the character Paulette Ducharme's life, who existed in the fur trading era of voyagers in the Midwest of tremendous change for the Anishinaabe people. Leo Chosa wrote this work of fiction between 1920 and 1950. He died in 1956. His grandson, Donald Chosa Jr., found the unpublished manuscript and edited this tale. Leo was an environmentalist before his time and a prolific writer who strived for the protection of what would later become the Boundary Waters canoe area.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, if anybody wants to come check out these books, come.
Yeah.
And it has 27 chapters, and each chapter I'd read it. I couldn't put it down, and now I'd have to use a magnifying glass to read because I can't read little words. This was that's such a good book. It even starts out good, so.
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
Yeah, and those books are available. There's like a little mini resource library that we started collecting everything that we could find, and we're going to continue to do that, of anything related to Nett Lake in the literary sense. And, of course, anything that's found out on the internet also. So you got links to anything that you have researched in yourself, and you feel like sharing that. That's one of the things that we want to be able to have anybody access here at KBFT in our little resource library. And like I said, there's probably a collection of over, I think at this point, maybe about 100, 150 books that we've got. And most of them, they're just about, people's art, people's lives, memoirs, all that kind of stuff. And, and then also the classic stuff, like the stuff by Francis Benmore that was written, some of the first books that were written about Ojibwe people, or Anishinaabe people, I should say. There's
a lot of Indian words in here, too, in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of it is Savage Ancestors. And he's the one that did the drawing on the cover,
mm-hmm.
on the cover of the book. So I suggest that you come up here and check one out and read it.
Otherwise, even if just to do a little promo on it, I do believe he had that published by Amazon.
Yeah.
Or it is available on, I don't know.
You can buy it at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, okay. Yep. So go out there and grab it if, it is. I'm going to start reading it here.
Yeah.
I always say it seems like I never have time to do stuff, but yeah, I'm starting to get like that where I stay up late and get up early,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and hazily make it through my day.
Usually, if I'm not interested in anything, I'll just put it aside. But this book, I just had to stay up.
Mm-hmm.
Even the TV.
No.
Mizinate Sejigan,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm watching it. If it's an old cheap show, I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
But if I'm interested, I'll be up.
Yeah. So it's recommended by Auntie Karen, endorsed by Auntie Karen.
And come up here and look around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come up here to the station. There's right in our, I don't know what you would call it, our little room, or where our offices are, our main offices. Right out there, there's a library. It's got all kinds of material there, and we try to find everything, like all of Linda Lagarde, anybody that has anything to do with Boys Fort, Carl Gaboy, some of the stuff that who else is out there? But yeah, so most of the literary stuff is out there, and then if there's any books about any of the particular artists, like, I'm having a hard time thinking of names and titles and all that kind of stuff, so I apologize. But yeah, the whole thing is just come on up,
Maybe we should have a taco day.
Yeah, and just introduce everything over there. Yeah.
Like maybe even like $4 a taco or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do that as a fundraiser at the same time.
Yeah.
And Darren will be here to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I can make fry bread, and
Mm-hmm.
Dale can, and Perry can, and we can all just have an open house
Mm-hmm.
and use a language.
Well, that would be great, because we do need help building that out. I mean,
I'll get Rosaline up here to come and talk with us.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's who was. I didn't think she said when she left for Alaska, she lived there for years, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where she forgot her language.
Mm.
So being back here on the res, she's getting it back again.
Mm-hmm.
I was just surprised at her talking the language.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Celia, she's good at it. She's a good old Indian, I told her. Anishinaabe.
Yeah, Anishinaabe Kwe. Well, that's awesome. I think we're going to take a break here. I got to run over and grab my laptop and It's a lot easier to do stuff on there than it is on my phones and that. So. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I'll grab you that. Yep. All right, so we'll get you these songs here. Let me see if I can just. I think it's gonna make me. Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, run. We'll play some run for you. Bimibatu. You want your microphone on, or should I turn it down? step away there for a few. Anyhow, we are back. Glad to have you aboard here. And we're ready to roll again. And is there anything else you have on your agenda there, Auntie?
What I have here, I just have some sentences I want to say in Anishinaabe, Moen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gishpin, that means if. Gishpin, gidabi iwe nungum. If you drive today, Gishpin dabi iwe nungum. Wewene dabi iwe. Ujasha mi kanang. Mikum. Ice. Gishpin. Gidabi iwe nungum. Wewene dabi iwe. Ujasha mi kanang. Mikum. That's how you say ice. Mikum.
Icy roads?
Mikum, yeah.
Okay.
Mikana. Mikana is a road.
Mm-hmm.
Mikana. Mikum.
Oh, Mikum.
Yeah, it's ice.
I see, I got it.
Ice. Gishpin. If. And that's what I wrote on it. I rode the big bus. Bijinago. That was yesterday. Bijinago. So when you say Bijinago, that means yesterday. Or Awasanago. That was that would mean 2 days ago. Awasanago. It was good to talk my language with the other two ladies. A lot of laughs when you use your language, especially when ladies get together. Try talking Indian to other people. They would say, "What does that mean?" I would say, "Gikino amadis." Gikino amadis means teach yourself. But I finally realized we're too far gone with our language here at Ned Lake. I don't know about other reservations. Hope they're doing better. This is the way it was meant to be. But there is some people that are using a little bit of their language, even if they can't talk in sentences. Like I hope they can understand I hope they can understand some of the words that they play when George is playing them kid songs. Like Bima Batu, you know, run, Dewey, way, but now Beeman, we're going fishing. Namatabin, sit down. Be doodah, jidakomawad, bring me something they can bite. Be doodah, jidakomawad, they're all, once you hear them words, singing words, you'll pick up on it, Bimi Batu, then the song, and that's my home. And Wakai Ikaning, my home, my house, and Wakai Ikaning, be doing, Masini Igan, bring the paper. Be doing is bring. Be doing Masini Igan, so that's paper. Masini Igan could be a newspaper, or Masini Igan. And Bakakunan, open, Wasechigan, open your window, Bakakunan, Squandam, open your door, Bakakunan. That's what I'm always telling my grandkids. I can't open no bottles anymore, and I'll say, Gida Bakakunan away. Can you open this, They know what I mean, Gida Bakakunan away. And, it's just you gotta hear it. And then if anybody's seen, and you went to Phyllis's funeral, do you see that eagle that flew?
Yeah, yep.
That eagle?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign there.
Yep, for sure.
Good sign. And this guy was telling me, this old man was telling me that there was someone that passed away, and that eagle came around up, and he made a whistle. He made that what eagles make.
Mm-hmm.
He said that was the first time he ever heard that.
Oh yeah.
So she must be going on a good journey.
Yeah.
To hear that, to see that eagle flying right above.
Mm-hmm.
Even powwows, they come around, they fly up.
Oh yeah.
Up around, they come look what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
see what kind of time you're having. But
well, it was really encouraging too about my sister when she passed, and then we were doing feeding her along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And each time we did that, that's what the eagles would come up, flying up way up there. And I was just like, wow, that's so cool.
They just know me also weekend on away. They already know when someone dies or and then I had something else. So Giga Wabba Megu. See, they're watching you. Giga Wabba Megu. That means Gi spin. If go back is it again. You will be rewarded if you do right. Gi Wabba Megu Gi spin go back is it again. That means you will be rewarded if you do right, Like when you say, this is Giga Wabba Min, but this is Giga Wabba Magu.
They are watching you.
You will be rewarded if,
Well, I think that's kind of the concept I know that I grew up with is that, everything is a spirit, and therefore, you know what I mean, they're still present in a way in that they can still have either an influence or some kind of presence, here in this world, because everything is connected in that way, spiritually.
Yeah. And that's what they say, like the spirits can see you, but you can't see them.
Yep.
Sometimes you can. If you got the gift, you can see them.
You know what? We just had that discussion the other day too about that there's certain people that have that gift, and it's not everybody that has it.
Yeah.
And even spirits like what are them little people or yeah, so some people are able to observe them, and then same thing with like Sabe.
Yeah.
They can see him, and they see him more often than others do.
Yeah.
And so, but not everybody is able to see them.
But they say when you're ready to pass, then you can see things.
Mm-hmm.
You can see them little men, them little Jichagus.
Yeah, Jichagus, yeah.
Jichag is a soul.
Uh-huh.
Jichagus, some little souls.
Okay.
They're tiny. I never seen anything like that, but the only thing I can see is my dreams. I can see in my dreams. Mashkawizi magat oma Anishinaabe bimadasiwin. See, you could see like that. You could see that Mashkawizin in there. That's that treatment place in Cloquet.
Yep.
It says Mashkawizi magat oma Anishinaabe bimadasiwin. There is strength in the Indian way of life. Mashkawizi magat oma Anishinaabe bimadasiwin. You gotta learn that thing, Mashkawizi magat And that's Muskowizin. That means strong, a strong place. Muskowiz. That's one of my little Brent's little boy's name. His name is Muskowizigwizas, strong boy. Muskowizi. Muskowizigwizas.
That's the name of Tony. Tony at my place, he tries to hook into my Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that's the name of my Wi-Fi, Muskowizi. He said, "What's this Muskowizi?" I'm like, "That's my network."
Oh, Muskowizi. Gishpin. What does Gishpin mean?
If.
Yeah. Bungishin.
Bungishin. Namanj.
If you fall down.
Oh, okay.
Pisigwin.
Kawin.
Get up.
Oh, get up. Okay. If you fall down, get up.
Binawa. If you fall down, get up and try again. Gishpin. Bungishin. Pisigwin minawa. Kashkadino Jesus freezing over moon. Kashkadino Jesus.
Well, before I forget, we do have some prizes still over there. I think there's even a gift card that's out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to come up with something? And for all you listeners out there, we have gifts that Auntie gets, and we give them away on the show. So keep this number in mind, and Auntie's going to ask the question. As soon as she's done, you can use the number, call into the studio, and we're not going to put you on the air, but I will hand Auntie the phone, and then she will take your answer to her question. Oh.
Okay. Tell me how you say Great Spirit.
There you go. Call in now. The phone is ready, and you can call in and let us know
how to say Great Spirit.
How to say Great Spirit. Phone lines are open. 218-248-0167. Let me write that down. I'll show you guys on the internets.
I said, first I'm going to drink water. Kowe ni menikwen nebi.
Kowe ni?
Ni menikwen.
Oh, okay.
Kowe. K-A-W-A-A. Kowe. That's how I spell it. Ni is I. Menikwen, drink. Nibi, water. Kowe ni menikwen nibi. Napiguzi. Tastes good. Napiguzi. Nibi.
Okay. Sorry, I was just writing some notes myself. I like to remember all these little parts of the language, just the little things that would help carry a conversation. I think that's the key to it, at least for me anyway, just to know what Auntie's saying, and then of course all the words, once they become familiar, like gishpin, that's what she's stating is an and if this happens or something like that. So, and then listening to a lot of our elders that gave or give the invocations or the prayers and stuff like that, that is also helpful to learn a lot of the directions for themselves. Wabanung
Shawanung.
Jawanung.
Nikabi,
Yep, Nikabi Inung. So you kind of know what they're...
Kiwit,
Yep, which direction that they're talking about, and then anything else that they associate inside their prayer. And so that, once you start hearing that, then you sort of understand it exactly what's, not exactly, but you have an idea of what they're talking about.
Then each direction has somebody sitting at that direction.
A spirit.
A spirit.
Mm-hmm. So Auntie's still waiting for a caller, and you need to dial 218. Here, I'm going to write this down.
Kego Aje. Kaje.
Don't be shy.
Kego. Kego Kaje. Anishinaabe. Gin. You're Indian. I said Anishinaabe Gin.
How does this one look, Tone? Can we get that on the screen? Okay, there we go. So this is the number that you can call, and that's all Auntie wants you to answer is how do you say
Great Spirit?
Great Spirit.
It's an easy one.
Yeah, that is an easy one. And well, let's see. I think we have a Cub Food coupon. So anybody that's out there, you get your choice. I think there's some other items. We still have that little refrigerator that's there. That's kind of a neat little deal. And I think there's a candle.
A lamp. Yeah.
A lamp, yeah, a candle lamp. So call in and you can get your choice of those things. And I do believe we have some other gift certificates. I think there's, yeah. And we'll probably be collecting more. So if you're out there and you know any organization that wants to promote, their business, we can certainly, get your business name out there as part of the prize. Like I'm sitting here talking about Cub Foods, and so yeah, and that was donated by Mark.
Renee.
Oh, Renee. Yep, Renee donated the Cub Foods item, and then Mark Drift gave some. I think it was like a Visa card, $25 Visa card. So, yeah. See, all these businesses are getting a little bit of publicity out of it, anyway. Hey, there we go. All right. Oh, that's you.
I don't know.
Maybe it is somebody that can say.
Hello. Hello, are you going to call in for the prize? Are you calling in for the prize? How do you say Great Spirit?
What's the prize, or what is it?
How do you say Great Spirit?
Get your money due.
Hey.
Okay, good, you won. What do you want, the $25 gift certificate, or do you want the lamp, or the little refrigerator, or a game?
A little refrigerator?
It holds 6 bottles.
Yeah, 6 bottles or 6 cans or...
You're kind of breaking up. What'd you say, a gift certificate?
Yep.
Yeah. You want that?
Well, we'll arrange
what
that.
Else was there?
Who, get her number.
Okay, we'll get your number. It's there's games.
218-750-7636.
750-7636.
Okay. And we'll give you a call right back here and make arrangements for the prize. All right? So hang tight and we'll get that
You'll probably
information.
come to the house sometime. Then you can just pick up your prize there.
This weekend.
Okay, we'll tell you what we have.
Right on. Thank you very much for calling in.
Calling in and saying get your money due.
Get your money due.
Okay, Gigo Wabaman.
Prize.
Where's Sawyer?
Answer. Right on. May not be the Powerball, but yeah, it's a big deal here at KBFT. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm picking up a lot of words today. Like Wewe Nain Geen, Ginia, or Ginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost. Or Wewene.
Mm-hmm.
Wewene W-way. Drive safe, you know.
Mm-hmm. Gawin Mashi?
Not yet.
Okay.
Gawin Mashi.
Yeah. And also, I'm not sure if Darren is up on it yet, but I know we lost kind of our ability to post up like a podcast for our language show. But I know we've got these, most of them documented on Facebook. So you can search our Facebook page, look for these videos, like archived live videos, and for sure they'll be there. And I'll try to have Darren, well, they call it rip the audio from the videos and then post them up on a podcast site. And Dale, our esteemed development person, is going to show us how to set up our podcasts. So it'll be a lot more organized, yeah. And it's just going to take a little bit of time, but please be patient. And I also want to give a shout out to Bob Olson, way down there in, I do believe it's North Carolina, or somewhere down in that area. And he listens in on the regular, and I know he's patiently waiting. He's donated to the station itself, and as part of that, he's earned himself a Fortune Bay KBFT coffee mug. Yeah. So and just to let you know the particular type that you wanted, Bob, I just found the PO today. It got lost in the mixer somewhere in our emails. But I did get that information to Darren, and then he's submitting the PO and check. So we'll be getting that shipment very soon. So just hold tight. Daka? Yeah. So.
What about the other guy that won?
Is that Brian? Little Brian?
No. He's from way out. He's one of the speakers.
Vukovic.
Yeah.
James Vukovic, yeah. I think we got his.
Him?
Yep, we got his prize out there. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check on that. But Perry's the one that was handling all that. So, and heal up, Perry. We need you.
Yeah, he'll be here next week, I think.
Okay, good.
He said he can come back.
Right on.
If he's a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got to get some. He needs some help with some daycare, right? Yeah. So anybody out there that can provide some baby sitting services or childcare, Perry is in the market. So, give him a call up here, or if you know him on Facebook.
I don't think they have enough room at daycare. Otherwise, he probably could have took her to daycare. The other one is in Head Start already. Mm-hmm. So he just has the 2-year-old at home.
Oh, okay. All right.
I hope I should have him call.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know there's programs out there that probably would help. Mm-hmm. So that's a kind of a, I don't know if that new 427 is that, I don't know what program that is. That one that Vonda works for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might have something, because that is a barrier to his employment,
Yeah, I should have it Ganunik away, Vonda.
Yep.
Call her Ganunik.
Mm-hmm. Ganunik Vonda.
Ganunik Vonda. Call Vonda.
Yeah, Vonda, we got to know what your Indian name is so we can address you properly. Ganunik. Ganunig.
Call you. When you want to say, what is that, you say, Wegoneshi.
Wegoneshi.
Like if you don't know what anything is, like me, I don't know what anything is. I'll say, Wegoneshi podcast. Indonesia.
Yeah. Shi'i.
Wegoneshi.
Okay.
I-H at the end. Wegonesh. It's just like you see Wegonan in there.
Yep. What?
Yeah, what is that? Wegunesh E.
Okay. What is
You
that?
could see what Wegunen, you know.
Love it. That is, I love this. It's just conversational stuff, you know, so.
Like this, if you see you don't know there, you say, Wegunesh E, you know.
Excuse me.
We saw, there was a lady from Canada when we went to Fortune Bay. That's what she must couldn't talk no English.
Mm-hmm.
And she hit them three cherries cross. Oh, she got excited. She hollered just loud, Weguneshi eh! And Lester told her, me had to go Bejguabik. He said, only $1.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Me had to go Bejguabik. Then she started laughing. Weguneshi eh!
I lost my screen here. There we go. All right, so yeah, we got a winner out there, and appreciate everybody for calling in or listening in and participating. Like I said, Gaween, how do you say it again? Shy? Don't be shy.
Gego,
Gego.
Agaji.
Akachi, yes.
It's my old lady brain.
Well, that's what my brain is going here. I'm trying to spell it out, double vowel, but I always go back to phonetics.
Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. I got to run over and grab something out of my office.
I'm gonna talk about the ball game.
Okay.
I gotta put my skishukushan on my glasses so I can wob and down away. Oh no, this is the lady talk. This is a lady gigidu. A quag gigidu. A lady talking. Bonjour. Anishinaabe ayayen. Hello, how are you? Bonjour, Anishinaabe ayayen. Ne meno aya. Ne meno aya. I'm fine. Nindushke gude. In Gushke gude. I have a new dress. In Gushke gude. Anindig adawain. Where did you buy it? Anindig adawain. Where did you buy it? Chigimi sing. Chigimi sing. That means that's how they say Duluth. Big lake. So you say Chigimi sing. Like a lake is a gaming. We call that here gaming. The lake. Chigami sing. Duluth. Gigibi skane na. Will you wear it tomorrow? Gigabi skane na. Gawin. No. Gawin. Bama ni mi iding. See, I get tongue-tied too when I say words. Gawin is no. Bama is I'll wear it. Ni mi iding. I'll wear it when I go to the powwow. I'll wear it to the powwow. Gawin bama ni mi iding. Ni mi iding in Deja. I'm going to the powwow. Ni mi iding in Deja. See, there's ni mi iding again. There's in Deja. Mindashki waban daman in Gudas. Then you can see it. Mindashki waban daman in Gudas. when you want to learn there, you say me dash gi waban daman. See, there's C waban daman. Kita waban daman away in gudas. That's when you want to look at something like you say, go waban daman away. Don't look at that or something, you know. You can always pick out the words like I don't know what you could pick out when I'm reading this. I'm just going to do the Indian part on here. Ushu anisheji ayayin. Nemino aya. Indushke gude. Anindegi dawayin. Shigamising. Gigabiskan. Inawabang. Gawin. Pama nimi iting. Maybe iting in Disha. Midash and Giwaban daman in Gudas. I don't know how many words you could pick out, just me talking, saying that. If you can pick out at least 5, you're on your way. And there's some, remember them words, them color dyes I gave you here quite a while ago? Mewisha, long time ago. Mewisha. It's blueberries, blue purple, sumac bark, yellow, hazel burrs, black, maplewood, purple, choke cherries, it says chokeberries, choke cherries, red, so were strawberries. And that's how the ladies used to make Mewaja away, Anishinaabe, Kwea, Gogi, Shitun away. Gogi, Shitun, Gabiskanaman. And other things from the plants, roots and bark, which they found. Green and blue are the same color, Ozawashko. Ozawashko. That's green and blue. I named my little granddaughter Ozawashko Gijikwe. Ozawashko Gijikwe. That means blue sky lady. See, you can see blue in there. Ozawashko Gijik. Gijik is sky. Kwe, Ikwe is a lady. Uzawashko Gijikwe. That's her Indian name. So, if you ever want to do these plants, you know, blueberries, blue, purple, lamb's quarters, I don't know what that is, green, sumac bark. I think I've seen sumac bark. I don't know how you say it in Indian. Hazel burrs. I know you say the hazelnut, bagonak, and red choke cherries, or they used to use strawberries, strawberry root. My grandma I used to see her doing a lot of that stuff. And there's just, I'll make these into sentences. I'm going to just use names too. Buju Tony. Oh, you gave me Menuchige. Oh, you did good. Oh, well, you gave me Menuchige. So you could see Menuchige in there. Mm-hmm. Good. You did good. Andige mama. A munch I don't know. Wegunesh Gigi Kidwin. Gigi Kidun Minawa. What did you say? Say it again. Wegunesh Gigi Kidwin Minawa. And someone asks you, the mama ugi maja. Kuje. My mother went somewhere. Geget? Really? Geget? Migweshigi mi nagu awe wisane wen. Thank you for giving me food. Migweshigi mi nagu wisane wen. Your turn. Gin tam gizichige. Your turn to do that.
Gay zitchige?
Yeah.
Okay. Gini tum gay zitchige.
Yeah. Nin. That's your turn, my turn. Netam, my turn. Go. Don't go in, gin. Do that away. Don't you do that. Go in, gin. Sagaswa. Not you, don't you smoke. Go in, gin, sagaswa. Yes. Like someone asks you, are you going to the movie tonight? Kikimaja, Mizanate se jigan, Mizanate se win. Eya. Ginsa. Yes, you. Eya, ginsa. Nin, me, nin. Nin. Gawi nin, no, not me. Gawi nin, you, gin. Gin sago. You sago. That means you do that, or you, gin sago. Him or her, win. Que go win, que do de, que do da. Don't you do that. Him or her. Go in. On it. Me ill. No, how would I say that? Go in a Maya, seen him, mama. No, my mother ain't here. Go in the Maya, see him, the mama. Aha, sa. Okay. You too. Gagin. How would I say that? I will use this word. Gigi awa, gagin. Do you want some too?
Gigi?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you, Gigi awa nin, the gin dash to you too, and you, Gigi awa gin dash. And it has Gigawampaman, I shall see you, or I'll see you. Ask him or her, Agwejim, and Gidana Junia. Ask him if he has any money.
Wow.
Agwejim o Gidana Junia. We have to go Nishtana Wabik, only $50.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me? Nina. Nin ina. See, Me, Nin is me. Ina, who me? Geget ina, is that so? Someone here telling me a story and I'll say, George, geget ina. Really? You know, no, is that so? Gawin gin. Not you. Gawin gin. Me at to go in. Not you, only me. And here's a little bitty prayer. It says, Manedug, spirits, Manedug, Nigaminin Sama, I'm giving you tobacco. Nigaminin Sama, Kidakino Amagu, teach me. Kidakino Amagu, Kina Azichige, Kina Azichigean, all what I can do. Gishpin Nagi Wabandan, if I see. Migo Azichigean, I will do that. I'm giving you tobacco, teach me all what I can do. If I see in my dreams or visions, they're asking for a dream, and they're giving the tobacco to the spirits so the spirits can help them dream. Remember I told you I was dreaming about your house down there where you used to first live? It was just all full of ice.
Yep.
Big, I was having a hard time.
Yep.
You know, that's the way it's going to be this winter. A lot of ice, Mikum. I don't know what snow, but there's going to be a lot of icy days. I've seen that in Gibo again. Like if you meet someone, you say, Bonjour, Anishinaabe ayayen. Hello, how are you? Bonjour, Anishinaabe ayayen. I think we'll have these next week when we give away some prizes. We can see if they can do a full sentence like, hello, how are you? Bonjour, Anishinaabe ayayen. And Nimeno aya, I'm fine. Nimeno aya, we can ask them to say so maybe if they're listening now, they can be practicing. Bonjour, Anishinaabe ayayen. Meno aya, ne meno aya. I, ne meno aya, I am fine. And, you know, you'll catch on if you just keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up.
Mm-hmm. Keep trying. How would you say that?
Keep trying. Let's see, I'm going to think of that. I'll be doing away, Anish.
Gogway?
What?
Try? No? Attempt?
Yeah.
Kochi?
Mm-hmm.
Kochi awezi?
Yeah.
Gone away min? No.
Yeah. Take care. Gonna win him.
Oh, okay.
Take care. let's see. Then there's, I don't know what I did with the other papers. I had some more papers here.
Is it with the book? No?
Wayne, the smoke, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Just going through these. I'm just getting messy here. Making your desk all messy.
Well, it's a good thing Tony's here because he'll come in and
Clean up.
clean up. Yeah.
Binchige.
Yeah. Binjige, Tone.
Binchige.
Oma.
Yeah, clean up in here. Here. Binchige, Oma.
Yeah, I see how messy our other studio is over there, and he just went through there and organized and cleaned and put all our junk away for us. Miigwech, Tone. I just want to give a big miigwech to Tony. I mean, he comes up here and volunteers, and you know, he enjoys what he's doing here, and you know, doing what he can when he can, and he's got many talents. Yeah, and so right up in his what do you call it? His wheelhouse. Yeah, he's got many. He's a man of many things, many talents.
Cook. Is he a Jiba Kwenini?
Gaween. He's a good microwave guy.
Ramen.
Yeah, ramen. He's a good ramen guy. No, I think he does pretty good.
A lot of guys are good.
Good cooks, huh?
Yeah, he's a safe way to go in.
I thought I was. You know, I used to try and make different things. I think one time back when I was married, I started getting into trying to make Chinese food, and so I got this recipe for fried rice, and I remember I tried to make it. Well, I made it a few times. I must have made it at least about, I don't know, 8 or 10 times during the last part of our marriage. We're divorced now. And of course, you know, a lot of times when you go through a separation, you know, you have some resentments, you know, some disappointment and all that. And I remember one time I was sitting there with my ex, maybe about 5 years later, I think, after our divorce was finalized, and we were just trying to be social, you know, and I think we're out at the same bar, and so we're just sitting there, and you know, usually when I go over to visit my daughter, it's about a 6-hour ride. So I try to be as social as I can, you know, with everybody that I used to know, and so we're all sitting there one night and just kind of having a few, and then I remember it finally came up, and it would come up, you know, about the divorce. And then she said to me, she said, and you know what? You remember that fried rice you used to make? And you used to think that I liked it? I never liked it.
Why'd you eat it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, you can be really nice when things are good. And then, yeah, you try to get a little jab in there, you know. So I said, I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you find your paper?
Yeah, I finally found it.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to name four of the 7 original plans. A jajak is a crane. A jajak. Mong is a loon. Mong. Gigu, a fish. there's all kinds of what do you call fish? I know my friend's mother's bullhead. That's her clan, a bullhead. Then there's like sucker, and there's many other water. What do you call the turtles?
Beings, yeah.
And makwa, bear, makwa. Wabasheshi, that's a marten. Wabasheshi. It says wawashkeshi, but we don't have that anymore. It got kicked off the clan. And there's like a lot of Beneshis, all kinds of Beneshi, like
Misko Beneshi.
Yeah, there's Thunderbirds, Nimki Benes. There's all kinds of birds. There's even Goshganeji, a loon, and like all the flying the ones that have wings, they're under the Megizi. He's way up on top. They said he climbs highest almost to the heavens, and all the rest of the birds are below him, like all the ones, and like the fish, all the ones that are in the water, they're all in the water. And Beneshi, or the Wawashkeshi, like I told you, he started Shunat Shige, start raising Cain and all that. He started messing around with his relatives, and they warned him, and their little ones were being born, were deformed and everything when they were being born. They warned him again and again. Finally, he wouldn't listen. Finally, they kicked him off the clan systems, and so that was about let's see. It usually tells what like the loon is. The loon has or the crane. I can't remember. He has a big voice, and he is like a leader. The bear is like a policeman. Takes care, looks for medicine, And one day I was sitting by my house there, and my son lives next door, my grandson now, and I was watching them. There was some acorns falling off a tree, and pretty soon I seen two Ajitamu going up there. What's Ajitamu? Squirrel, yeah. They were going up there and they were eating them, acorns. And I was just thinking, that's what the Makwa used to do. Somebody would follow him around and see what kind of plants and roots and everything he ate, medicine, just like that. The turtle and the snake, they followed him, they followed them, and they found out what kind of medicine they use for poison ivy.
Yep.
And the bear ate a lot of berries, roots, and food and medicine, and I was just thinking, hey, them squirrels are eating them
acorns.
Yeah. And I said, I bet a person can eat. Well, they say there's some kind of medicine made out of acorns, but I can't remember what. I'll have to look through all my stuff.
Mittigomin. So like a tree berry, almost. Mittigomin.
Yeah.
That's an acorn.
Mitig. Oh, is it? Oh,
Mhm.
mitigumen.
Mitig.
Mitig is a tree, and minan is a berry. So
Mhm.
it's mitigumen.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. If you know the first part of the Indian word, you will get the end of it too. Even
Mm-hmm.
you will know. Gi Kandan away. You will know Gi Kandan. That means you'll know. Like when you say Gi Kandan away, I don't know. Go in. But I found this other one too. This one is the other one I was looking for. My other paper. I was going to tell you how this. At my cousin's funeral, when they do a Medea ceremony, they use water drums
Mm-hmm.
for something really important. And how you say water drum is mitigwakik dewe igan. See, you see a mitig in there again.
Mm-hmm.
Mitigwakik. A kick is it's like a pail. You know how big
Mhm.
they are, about that big.
Yep.
And mitigwakik dewe igan. And just a regular drum, let them squidging and pound, and it's just a dewe igan. Dewe igan.
Mitigwakik.
Yeah, that's the water drum. Mitigwakik. And it says how many, it takes 4 days for the midday ceremony to prepare for it. Everything is 4. Remember what I said? The Indians' number is 4. 4 directions, 4 everything, 4 races, 4 plants of life, 4 just everything.
Niwin.
Niwin. Basic needs misway niwin.
I thought she was, I think that was the best I've seen somebody prepared,
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then seeing that eagle
Yeah.
that was around there.
Mm-hmm. And there's there's 8 degrees in the Medewi.
Mm-hmm.
Lester was up to 4 before he passed away. I was only basic.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 clans were given the power of chieftainship. That's the Crane and the Loon. Yeah, I was right with the Crane.
Mm-hmm.
Chieftainship and the Loon. That's the way the RTC should be. The Crane and the Loon.
Mm-hmm.
Pete is a bear. He's a cop. He goes around checking the reservations or whatever. And that's where the bear comes in. Makwa. Yeah, it says the Bear Clan served as the police force of the people. Which clan served the warrior clan for the people? The Martin clan, the Babisheshi Martin clan. And people in the same clan were not allowed to what, George?
They were not allowed to play bingo together. No. No, they weren't allowed to marry one another.
Yeah. They weren't allowed to. That couldn't be your Ouija wagon.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you say your girlfriend.
Yep.
Ouija wagon. That means say Ouija is when you go with somebody. Kita Ouija wa we should go in.
Mm-hmm.
Then they just add wagon, Ouija wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which clan guards the doorway of the Midday Lodge?
Namanj.
Makwa,
Oh, okay. All right.
the police.
The east door.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody out there, we're talking about clans in our culture, and then also what each of the clans were responsible for. Like the Martin clan were the warriors, the Bear clan were the kind of like the police. They kept the order, and then your Crane clan and the Hmong or the Loons
We're the chiefs.
were the chiefs and the leaders. And then which one did you say had a big voice?
The crane.
The Crane? That's what I always thought too. Like, I mean, I like being on the air, right? So I always thought that would be kind of a thing for a crane, was to talk, you know. And but I know everybody else likes to talk too. So, but if you're out there in your Crane clan, come on up to the station. Yeah, you have the gift. You have a loud voice.
Begizzi flies to the Creator to stop what, George? The destruction of the earth. Begizzi
I never heard that story before.
flies to the... And that's why they said he can fly the highest. He can hear, you know, he can see. His eyes are so good he can see a mouse running on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just...
So in a way, he's a protector also then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. During Bawajigayan, the visit quest, with the physical side of the lesson, it was hoped that what side would come into the dominance or something. It's the spiritual side. During Bawajigayan, the vision quest, the boy traveled through the doorway of the crescent moon and out into the star world. Anang Gokwan. That's how you say star world. Anang Gokwan. The sweat lodge is made from what kind of saplings? Willow. Papagusigan.
Papagusigan?
Yeah, Papagusigan. Willow tree.
I think Darren got a lot of that from when we did the birch bark.
Yeah, the Jimon.
Mm-hmm.
Before one takes anything from the earth, the sweat lodge, they are to offer what? Zama.
Tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays we have that already prepared tobacco. There's a plant that they say is traditional tobacco, I think one of the programs up here a couple of years ago, they gave a talk, and then they passed out the seeds for the tobacco plant.
Yeah.
But mine didn't grow. And I think Chaz might have just had a little sprout on his. But yeah, that was, I didn't know that they had a traditional tobacco plant, you know. I thought it was like where they gathered different ingredients or different plants that, what do they call that, kinnikinnick?
Yeah. Lester and them used to make that when they were young boys. They used to go pick willow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Who's responsible for gathering rocks for the...
For the lodge?
Yeah. Is it men or women?
It had to be men.
Yeah, it's men.
Yeah.
And then women were sent out to gather cedar for the Medewi Lodge. Like if they were gonna, not Medewi, Giskan. Yeah. My grandma, I'd always go with her to go in the winter in the snow. I'd carry a lantern for her, and she'd go take a knife and put her sama down, and she'd pick cedar. Meal?
Nanan, the bike.
By the neck.
Yeah.
Gigago now, Quig. Almost lunch.
I almost forgot.
We win.
How would you say that?
Gigago Nike. I almost forgot.
Okay.
Gigago Nike.
Yeah, and remember, all these programs will be posted up on our website and available in podcast format here one of these days. So all this material, if you missed out on it or want to go back and review, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and I've got all these terms and words and phrases in that, like Guinea, Junia.
Yeah, Guinea.
And that's I lost money. I lost money. Yeah, and like this morning, Guinea.
Skijagusan.
Yeah, Skijagusan. And I lost my glasses, and that's why I was so late.
Mazanaigan. I lost my papers. Guinea. Mazanaigan.
Hold on, I'm just getting back to my control here so I can make sure. I guess I can give an update, yeah, 'cause like your post this morning, you were talking about the weather today, and
give me one.
Yeah, and let's see, where did it go?
Mikum ice.
Yeah, Mikum ice. I do believe there's a weather warning. I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of it. And let's see here. I'll give you the update on the conditions here. We've got about a minute and 30 seconds. And let's see how fast
I said you should go home. Right.
Currently outside, weather-wise, we are sitting at 33 degrees. And there is a winter weather advisory in effect. And that remains in effect until noon tomorrow. Nano Gija Gut Nawakwe, the Baikinig. And so at the noon hour tomorrow that expires, the winter weather advisory states. Let's see.
I thought there was no work tomorrow.
Yeah, there is no work tomorrow. So that's another good piece of information for you.
Gawin Anoki Si Wabang.
Yeah, Gawin Anoki Si Wabang. No work tomorrow. Here on the res. Let's see. Winter weather advisory remains in effect until noon Friday. Mixed precipitation is expected. Additional snow accumulations of up to 4 inches, and ice accumulations also. up to 2/10 of an inch. Oh, wow, we got it down to 1/10 of an inch. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. It is windy out there. Chinooed in. Oh, I ran out of time. But yeah, be careful out there. The roads are going to be slippery.
Winnie.
No, huh?
Winnie, don't be away. I should be away and drive safe as you go home. Winnie, don't be away. You should be away.
Mm-hmm.
Be away is when you come home.